Hey guys, Casey here. Welcome back to another episode of Lions Den Investments and Reviews. In this video, I'm going to cover technical analysis on Bitcoin. We hit all-time new highs on Bitcoin today, so we're in price discovery again. And guys, I'm excited for it. Hit that like button if you're bullish on Bitcoin and cryptos as a whole right now, because I think we're going much, much higher. And I'm going to show you, kind of where I see Bitcoin going over the next month or two. So, getting started, Bitcoin, I got a daily chart popping up here, and you can see right now we had resistance at 61,285. We obviously smashed right through that, and you can see this nice upward channel that we've got going here. We've got higher lows right up in here, and then we've got higher highs that were being set, and you could call this an all-time new high, so it's the next higher high, but we're not finished with it yet. What I did is I overlapped the price movement that we have experienced starting back on December 14th all the way to now. So I just overlap that, kind of like this right here, and picking it up from there. If we do anything similar to that move up on this next run up here, by May 11th, guys, you could be looking at Bitcoin around like $81,000. Okay. Now, if you look at that, though, you got this upward channel. We're not even touching the top of that upward channel. So if we go any higher than that, we hit the top of that upward channel, you're looking at like $89,432. Okay? Now, we go much, much higher than that, of course, going into the later months of like June 23rd to July 13th. Okay? And that would put Bitcoin right around like $102,306 by July 13th. Now, if you remember what I said in previous videos, I was saying watch the month of July, because what else is in the month of July? We've got Jerome Powell, who's going to be coming out, giving an announcement and updates on the digital dollar as well. Okay, so that kind of goes right in line with this time frame here, and much, much higher prices on Bitcoin. So extremely exciting news. The other thing that's driving Bitcoin prices higher here is the Coinbase IPO listing, which is tomorrow. So let's go ahead and jump into that real quick. Coinbase, okay, the article here from CoinDesk, they're saying Coinbase going public is the Bitcoin bull market's first big test. And I'm going to leave a link in the description below so you can listen to this yourself. But it's a CoinDesk podcast where they have Coinbase's CEO, founder, talking about Coinbase going public, and is the Bitcoin bull market's first big test going to be Coinbase going public like this to basically see how people react, how much cash comes into it, etc. So go ahead and listen to this for yourself if you want. I'll leave a link in the description. But that leads me to the next piece here, which is ETF investors say Coinbase listing will cause explosion in crypto investing. Okay, it's about a 5-minute video here. I'll go ahead and play this real quick for you, and then we'll come back to Theta and the Theta announcements with their third patent that they're getting ready. Actually, it just got approved today. So before we go there, we'll go ahead and play this real quick, and I'll just let it run for you and listen to what they have to say.
Crypto platform Coinbase is expected to go public next week with a reported valuation all-in of more than $100 billion. Perry Boring, founder and president of the Digital Chamber of Commerce, just looking at the numbers, if you were to just look at growth and I guess just extend the growth that we saw in the last year into the future, maybe it makes sense. I guess that's the real question. But these numbers, Perry, revenue year over year up 847%. So 1.8 billion first quarter revenue versus 190 million, and net income jumping to roughly $750 million from 32 million. And then you got just assets because of what happened with crypto and mostly Bitcoin, 223 billion versus 90 billion at the end of 2020. Does that justify a $100 billion market cap for Coinbase?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Coinbase is actually undervalued for two reasons. One, fast growing companies deserve a higher multiple. And as you noted in their earnings call this week, we learned that in the first quarter of this year, they did 1.8 billion in revenue. They have a run rate of 7 billion, and they're expected to earn anywhere between 8 and 10 billion in revenue in 2021. So their valuation is 10x of that. For a fast growing company that's growing at 400% year over year, they deserve a higher multiple. I think that multiple should be closer to 100 to 15x, which would really bring it more to 150 billion valuation. Fast growing companies deserve higher multiples to revenue. But that's only the first reason. The second reason that I think Coinbase is undervalued is because Bitcoin is undervalued, and Coinbase's performance tracks very closely with Bitcoin's performance, and Bitcoin's undervalued based on multiple models.
In multiple models. All right, there's a lot of ways to try to value Bitcoin. A lot of it is pretty arcane, but I think the CEO of Coinbase pointed out the 4 other times when Bitcoin has gone on a run like this, and kind of implying that this time it may have gotten above a certain level where we may not see the highs and lows of previous years, where we saw 20,000 and then we saw 4,000. So, what do you think the low on Bitcoin will be? And I don't just mean this year, but in general, how will it ever pull back below 35,000, below 30,000? What, when you say it's undervalued, what do you think it is valued? You a maximalist that?
All right, so we got a spinning wheel here. Um, I'll come back to it here in a second. Let me go ahead and play this again. See if this will pick back up.
Think it should be $1 million a coin? I mean, where are you on the high and the low?
Metcalfe's law says that Bitcoin should be priced at $72,000 today. Metcalfe's law that was formulated by one of our advisory board members, George Gilder, and it's a formula that many technology investors use today to value a network, and you just use user squared times the transaction value. That brings you to 72,000 today. Another model that we look at is stock to flow. Joe, I know you're very familiar with this. Stock to flow says Bitcoin should be priced at 100,000 to 288,000 this year. We have 12 years of data on stock to flow in Bitcoin, and if you measure it using US dollars, stock to flow is 94% correlated. And if you use gold, stock to flow is 99% correlated. And stock to flow also says Bitcoin will be $10,000 an ounce.
So what they're talking about here, guys, is stock to flow. I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there because they're taking way too long talking about it. But if we go to my website here, academyofcrypto.com, I'm gonna show you the stock to flow model that they're talking about. So if you ever want to, just go to this website here. I've got all sorts of stuff in here. Beginners fast track courses, crypto projects, crypto market tools, etc. But let's go to the stock to flow model, because what they're talking about is this stock to flow model here, and it really has never been wrong. Okay, a lot of people are saying, I don't know how accurate it is, whatever. But if you look at it, okay, this thing has been pretty accurate, and it's based on the halving of Bitcoin. So again, I'll leave a link in the description for my website so you can go check this out for yourself. Just go to my website, go to Crypto Market Tools, and then click on Stock to Flow Model. All right. We'll go ahead and skip past the rest of that video. Obviously, they're kind of dragging it out for you, but you get the point here. The market sentiment for Bitcoin right now is extremely bullish. If we get something like this with ETF investors, saying Coinbase listing will cause an explosion in crypto investing, you're going to get a lot more bigger, institutions with more money that are going to be able to possibly create an ETF at some later time that allows people to, like traditional investors, to put their money into a Bitcoin ETF. Okay, and I know that they've been trying to pursue that ever since 2017, and it never really came to fruition. But now, because of the Coinbase listing, I think you're going to start seeing something like that here soon. So last but not least, let's go to Theta here. This is the Theta announcement. All right, Theta was awarded a third U.S. patent here for methods and systems for pure discovery in a decentralized data streaming and delivery network. Guys, if you don't know about Theta, obviously a lot of you probably do who are watching the channel. Uh, Theta is probably one of the best projects I've ever seen, and it is now, according to Coin Market Cap, it's in the top 15 projects. Okay, it was, you know, it took the number 10 spot or number 9 spot just a few weeks ago, and then it kind of fell back a little bit. But it is one of the best projects I have seen in the crypto space. But that's huge news because each patent that Theta has been approved for, they have 10x'd in price literally after those patents were approved. And if you want to know more about the patent, I've got the patents listed here under this link. I'll leave a link in the description for it, but you can read over it. It's rather long, but it really breaks down the technology for you and shows you exactly what they're doing with their patents. Um, but really, that's all I've got for today's news, guys. Hope you're having a good day. Again, if you're bullish on all this news, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more content that I release. And as usual, these markets are very volatile, so have strong hands. Don't get shaken out, by the big dogs coming in, and fear nothing, my friends. Till next time.